Peace and joy, guys. Welcome back to another video. Drumheller Farms. Hey, today I never thought I would be saying this again, but I'm building more chicken tractors. As you know, we hired our first farm employee about a week ago, and so we're going to up production on a few things. We're doubling our pasture pork operation, and we're going to raise probably right around another 100 chickens a month here on the farm. Pasture raised chickens, that is. And so I'm going to need more chicken tractors. I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, why don't you make a how to build a chicken tractor video? And I said, well, did that a long time ago, and I don't want to build another chicken tractor. I felt like all I did for a long period of time of my life was build chicken tractors. We have 10 chicken tractors currently, and it was a very long, tedious process building all those things in all my little bit of spare time. But Joseph, farm hand's going to be coming over here. He's going to be giving me a hand here shortly. I got to pack a couple orders, and then I'll go through our material list, and I'll do my best job explaining to you how we build our chicken tractors here on Drumheller Farms. So come along with me. I appreciate you watching the video. Let's go. All right, so first things first, I got to pack this order. I'm going to get some warmer clothes on because it's 0 degrees in there currently. All right, here we go. All right, I've been spending about an hour each day in between chores doing a little bit of organizing to the freezer right now. So I kind of got stuff scattered all about. Today's order, we're doing 6 boneless, skinless chicken breast and 1 pack of all beef hot dogs. Let's get it packed. So we get our nice professional looking Drumheller Farms bag. Take a look at those chicken breasts, guys. That's a beautiful thing. 2.64 pounds, 2 chicken breasts. Nice vacuum sealed. You see the USDA labeling right there on the front, so our chicken can be sold really anywhere. Chicken breasts. All right, 6 packs of boneless, skinless chicken breast. 1 pack of all beef hot dogs. I'm going back in. We just got another order for 13 packs of chicken breasts and 2 packs of leg quarters. All right, guys, nice week in sales this week. Just exploded. I mean, we've had probably 3 to 4 sales every single day this week. And then this morning, that was a pretty good sale. That's, what was that? 21 packs of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. There was 2 packs of leg quarters, some all beef hot dogs. Nice little sale for a Friday morning. We're upping the production on our farm as a result of hiring our first farm employee. That was kind of a big step for us. You guys know that we have a business. I call it the city business. I have about 11 employees there, and hiring an employee is really not a scary thing for me. But on the farm, it took a big step for me to let go of some responsibilities around here. This is my baby. But I kind of forgot for a minute there that this is God's farm. I told him it's his. He can do whatever he wants with it. And after hiring Joseph, I knew I needed to up production. Well, what's that mean? Well, it means we're going to have to sell more meat. And so I thought we were going to get into some farmers markets. I did all kinds of, calling and investigating on that. And, it's not really something that I think is going to fit our sales model, okay, which is we sell everything directly online through our online shopping platform. We've had great luck doing it. I'm not saying that I won't get into a farmer's market. I wouldn't mind maybe doing 1 or 2 of them. But the other morning, I was out moving cattle, and I just prayed. I said, Lord, show me how to, how I need to move this much more meat, because we're starting to ramp up here. And then I realized I needed to redirect what I was praying for. And so I just prayed. I said, God, sell it however you want to do it, and just sell it. That's really all I asked for. That was Monday morning, and I got to tell you guys something. We've probably had our best week after having probably about 2 or 3 weeks of our slowest weeks in roughly a year. We just had our best week in probably a year. So glory to God on that for sure. And it's amazing that when you just let go and let him do whatever he wants to do, it's amazing to see what he will do. So, all right, let's get these tractors built. I'm going to squeegee this garage out, and I'll give you a rundown exactly how we're going to build these, give you a material list, and, hopefully you guys will know how to build a chicken tractor of your own by the time we're done with this video. This is enough to do 2 chicken tractors. I'll give you the material list for 1. You're going to need 12 1x4. I opt to use treated on the whole thing versus just treated on the bottom. Just do the whole thing and treated. You need 1 12-foot 2x4. 1 8-foot 2x4. Those are both untreated. Some miscellaneous screws. Need some wire. I like to use hardware cloth, which you'll see, because you can use a little less cross braces, because this will actually work for strength. And then I staple the piss out of them. You'll see that here coming up. And then this is kind of the secret to the whole chicken tractor deal here. This stuff I get at Lowe's. It's very, very, very lightweight. I mean, there's, I think there's 10 panels here, and you can lift them really easily, 12 foot long. And then max surface temperature is 125 degrees. Had people tell me, you got to get that off the outsides of the chicken tractors. They're going to overheat in there. Really, this keeps the heat out of the chicken tractor. And like I said, you can grab all 10 of those 12-foot sheets with one hand. They're just so lightweight. Joseph's cutting these to 10 foot. Treated lumber comes a little bit longer than untreated, which before I've not even worried about it, but instead of throwing all of our measurements off when we're shooting for 10 foot, we're just going to go ahead and cut them at 10 foot, and then we're going to bring them into the shop to build them. All right, I'm going to start building panels here. And this is how I do it. I build all the panels, staple my hardware cloth on them, and then we'll do all the assembling at once. I have been gluing. I'll put a little dab of glue. I don't know. To me, it's just maybe a little bit of an overkill, but it's gonna make it a little bit stronger. So I put 1 on each end, 1 in the center. A couple of them I Craig jigged all these, and I think that was just a waste of time. So I'm just gonna overlap them. I got some GRK screws. Those are made for treated lumber. They're very, very strong. So I'll put 1 on each end, 1 in the middle, and then we'll start throwing some mesh on them. All right, I'm building these chicken tractors 24.5 inches tall. I have done 25 in the past as well. Anything more than 2 foot, because that's how tall this is. We don't want to have to cut down this because that's gonna suck. So make it 24.5 tall, 25, whatever, you got some wiggle room that way. All right, we got an assembly line going on here. Stapling the hardware cloth. You can see we're stapling, you know, 3 or 4 staples every 4 to 6 inches. That's gonna keep that thing from, you know, it's gonna keep you from having to put a bunch of bracing in here on angles, because when you're pulling it, this is gonna take a lot of that strength. So we've already got 1 panel done there, and this really, like I said, you gain a ton of strength with that stuff, and it's very light. You know, that 1 panel doesn't weigh hardly anything. Isn't that right, Baloo?
You got some longer screws?
What do you think? This is my first rodeo?
I don't know.
10, 15 year man, buddy. Been doing it 10, 15 year here.
Uh-oh, you're trapped.
Baloo's trapped inside the tractor. How'd you get in there, dude? That's funny, because that just happened to
I know. That happened accidentally.
All right, 10 by 10 tractor here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a 2x4 center support. That's what I normally do on those. That gives it some good strength up top, and then we'll start making our cross braces everywhere. Making sure the tractor is square, which we're way off. All right, go back over there. I gotta do this a few times. Oh. All right, we're putting in our cross pieces down here on the bottom. We've cut those on 45s with the chop saw. And we're gonna put some down on the bottom. We're gonna put some on top. You've seen us just square this up, and we'll start working on our center supports here. All right, now, here's a pretty important step, I think, in the build. We're going to use a 2x4 as a center support here. That'll bring everything right together. And we'll also run our angle pieces down here, and then we're going to run a 2x4 going across here as well. You'll see. You'll see. All right, guys, check a look at this. Got all of our cross bracing in. So those are holding this from swinging in and out. We have 45s in all of our corners, keep everything from getting wibbly wobbly and wonky jarred on us. Same in here. Now the next thing we're gonna do, which is probably one of the most important things to your chicken tractor, is we're gonna run a wire right down the center, so when you're pulling it, it keeps everything together down there. All right, installing our eyelets. Baby sunk in there pretty good. All right, what I've done here is I've taken 5 strands of this 17 gauge galvanized wire, and I'm basically gonna weave them together with my drill. That gives it more strength. Now take a look at it. That's what we're gonna put in there. If Joseph made this long enough, the cameraman at this point, will be all set. All right, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special bulletin here. We got live fish that just showed up. So we're gonna go throw these bad boys in a pond. These are bluegills. Hopefully they're all alive. Still pretty muddy from that rainstorm. Pretty disappointed in the way it looks right now, but the mud is starting to settle. Basically, all of the field next door, half the topsoil from that field wound up in my pond the other day with all that big rain we had. All right, well, it's still pretty wet down here from the 4 inches of rain. You could see the beach got washed right out. Half of it's down in the pond, and the pond's this, looks like a, which is normally a clear pond, looks like a mud puddle. So let's see what these fish look like here.
Thank you.
Thank you, it says. Nice. Any instructions on what to do?
Open bag, introduce 50% of pond water into bag. Wait 10 minutes.
They said 2 to 4 inches. Those things ain't 2 to 4 inches.
About 1.5 inches.
Dang, they're jumping out of there. Oh, looks like we got 1 floater in there. Really? Come on, man. I want my money back. Shoot. Man, the other one didn't have any dead, did it?
I don't think so. There was no floaters in that first one.
All right, well, there's...
This one looks like it might be leaking or something. I don't know.
See the packaging they got here. It's kind of cool. All right. All right, guys, time to connect the wire. Run it through the eyelet. Gonna kind of overstretch it here. Go through it again. That wire goes from one side of the tractor to the other. That's going to be the front. So when we pull on that, it will take some of the stress of this thing moving around. I mean, this is so solid. We can stand on this. You see, when I push on this, it tightens that wire up. So that shows you the flex and how much that's going to pick up the tension. But top and bottom supports, side supports. It's time to put a roof on this thing. All right, Joseph's gonna start putting the roof on. Now, what we're gonna do a little different with this tractor than all of our other tractors is we're gonna cover our door with the roofing material, and then this side will be open with just some mesh. Where all of our other units, they have a mesh door, which makes us have to tuck the feed down off the side. Now these two will be really nice because we can just set our feed right here, not have to worry about tucking it underneath the unit. All right, Joseph's putting the last bit of hardware cloth on there. Got a little center support for that. This is going to be really nice. A little bit nicer setup than our other tractors. I've got the door built here. I'm just going to install the hinges, and I put a little handle on there, make it easier to grab. All right, guys, here's the final product of the chicken tractor. We did use our scraps to block a little corner off here. I like to have a little bit more cover than just having anything wide open. This is my first chicken tractor that it's this wide open, and it's just because we go late into the year and we start early, so it's a little cold. This is it. Hey Elmer, you guys ain't seen Elmer today. We got the handle here, hose on it. Here's the new and improved. We got this side open over here so they can sun themselves over here if they need to. And our door is covered now. So it's just a matter of picking up the door, putting the food right there. This door is very light with this vinyl. It's just a couple rough sawn pine 1x. And it's a bigger door opening than what we have on the other ones too. So we'll be able to just, that's it, set the food trough right inside there, and they can go over there to sun themselves and close the door and it won't get wet. See where I cut myself, there's a little stain on the board with some blood. That's it, man. It's 10 by 10, 2 foot tall, hardware cloth, stapled real nice, very light. So total for this build, I've got about $800 into both of them. Now some of that rough sawed pine, so everything we used for those cross pieces everywhere, those were some of this rough sawn 1-inch pine that I already had here on the farm, which is very, very, very lightweight. That's why I used it, and most of it is going to be covered, not going to be in the weather. You know, you got a couple pieces like that cross member and these two up top that maybe someday will have to be dealt with when they rot out, but everything else is covered, so we use that. If you didn't have those, you probably would want to go ahead and get yourself about another 4 or 5 10-foot length 1x4s, and that would get you enough to do this whole build. But other than that, this is about a $400 build. Joseph's already in there getting ready to build the next one. We probably won't get it done today. You get the frame built, you think, oh man, we're almost there, but there's a lot of small little detail stuff that takes the time, like all those angle pieces. But that's where your strength comes from. This thing's gonna last years and years and years to come. So appreciate you guys hanging out till the end of the video. If you have any questions, pop them down into the comment section. Share this with anybody that's looking to get into the pasture chicken business. I think this is a pretty good chicken tractor design. It is a Soliton style tractor. This is my 12th chicken tractor that I've built. So I will tell you that my first 6 tractors were all different, little tweaks, and then I built 8 of them, well, another 4 of them that were the same. Now these next 2 are going to be a little bit different, and really I made that change with the door, and that's going to make chores even easier and more efficient. This is going to allow us right here, these 2 that we're going to build, it's going to allow us to raise about another 100 chickens each month, which was my plan. So hoping to up the production another 100 birds every month, so we'll be raising somewhere between probably right around 300 to 350 birds a month right now. That's the plan. So appreciate you guys watching. God bless. Little bonus footage, guys, check it out. About 11 calves on the ground so far. This is what I call just about a perfect non-selective graze right here. It's been really wet the last few days. We got over 4 inches of water, hence the reason why my pond looked like it did. And we've just been trying to perfect this graze, and we couldn't really put them in too tight because this is a little bit of a low area before that little creek. Without excessive moisture, it's fine, but so we were able to put them in a little bit tighter today, and you can see this is just about a perfect non-selective grazing, which is what we're looking for. Changing up our grazing method a little bit mid last year from take a third type of grazing to a non-selective grazing, and I gotta tell you guys, it's made a huge difference in how much grass we have on our farm. I've got actually one whole farm that's resting, and I think that's going to allow us to let that farm just grow and not have to even go to it unless things get to the point where, we have a little bit of a drought or something. We're taking the back fence down because we're putting them in here pretty tight, and they've already grazed this down, so there's really no need for a back fence. We're right about, we're just shy of 100 head in here right now between yearlings, calves. I would say we're over 100 head with calves actually. And they'll be on this little chunk for 12 hours. And you can see they act like there's still a fence up there. Joseph is taking that thing down, and he's going to grab these sticks on his way back. And you can see calves are getting outside the wire, which is fine. But this is a beautiful sight. Just doing a beautiful graze here. So yeah, we do more than chickens. For anybody who's just joining in the video, glad you guys stuck around till the end so you get a little bit of bonus footage.